Proverbs 19 verse 21 says, "Many are the plans in the mind of a man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand." That is from the English Standard Version. The Lord bless you and watch over you and your life plans. You are welcome to Hagne Initiatives, bringing you conversations that build you, the people around you, and your wider network. These conversations are brought to you by Agnes with the purpose to uplift you spiritually, emotionally, socially, mentally, physically, and financially. You mentioned you're a father.
Yes.
You are a parent.
Yes.
And I know here you're dealing with so many youth.
Yes.
What's your take on the current trend of social media, and how do you connect that to managing youth? You know, because I know some parents are fighting with, don't take that phone, don't use the computer, you know.
I know.
Some are hiding them,
Yes.
others are restricting them.
Yeah.
How do you manage that as a parent and as a guardian, as somebody who works continuously every day with the youth?
So it is our children, right? From when they are 5 or 6 or 7, 8, 9, teens, mid-teens, late teens, they're still growing up in their mind.
Yes.
So they're not yet mature. And so lack of maturity means youthfulness. It means that age where you're still learning so many things. You're still developing physically, emotionally, intellectually, psychologically, socially. You are developing, you are learning things every day. Now, some of the things that you need to learn is what you see. Learn about is what you see, what you read, what you hear, what you watch. What sense do we make of what we see and what we meet? And so, because parents are aware that their children are still growing, they get concerned when growing in their mind. They get concerned because they know they are going to be watching a certain film, they are going to be watching a certain game, they are going to be viewing a certain episode, and they know it may be porn, it may be something that is very uncomfortable for their children to watch, and yet you don't have control. Your child, you may take away the phone, but when she goes to a neighbor or some other child in the neighborhood at school who may have a computer or phone, they are going to have access.
And this time now it's fully blown, like, you know, they are making up for the lost time.
They are making up for the lost time.
Yes.
That is one thing. The other thing is that to a youthful mind, to a mind that is still growing, which means they are very keen on exploring, wanting to find out. That's what growth means. You want to know what is there. When you restrict them, when you say don't use, you are raising their curiosity. They want to know why you are stopping them from doing certain things.
You are fighting an explorative mind.
Yes.
So how then should we handle
Exactly. So for me, there is no solution in trying to limit access. You will never go anywhere. You will achieve nothing. Or you will achieve so little. For me, I would rather we are allowing people to access the information, but we are going ahead of them, or at least along with them, to study, to explore together, to talk about, to have a conversation, to understand what media has.
Yes.
What is in the media content? What is it intended? The person who created this and acted this film, who authored this, what was in their intention? And understanding that is called media literacy.
So basically, as a parent, you have to put yourself in position to learn together with your teenager or your youth.
So parents always tend to think that their little ones don't know so much. They think they shouldn't know so much, but most of the time, almost all the time, they already know a lot more than we think they know.
To the extent they will ask you a question as a way to validate or to check whether you're with them on the same page, or they're checking whether you actually even know what they're asking.
And because they have so many ways they can access what you are restricting them from accessing. And so I think they don't watch anything.
They hide things from you.
Why do you think? Okay, those of us who have teens, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, you've heard about parents saying, "Oh my God, my children, whenever they are now in their rooms." So what it means is that they're having time to themselves. They're into their own space. Many times they're on their laptops or they're on their phones, watching things that they know you don't like them to watch.
But they have to find out.
The best would say, let the children watch things with you, find out what makes them curious, what they want to see, go into it with them, and then talk about how dangerous some are. So analyze critically the content, teach them, let them even be creative in creating their own content. So media literacy is about that. That someone even at the age of 9, 8, 12, 13, because they have had time with the mature people, with the wise ones, with the educated, the more experienced, they have had time with them in things media content, information. They are able to make their own analysis. They are on to make their own evaluation. They are on to make their own rejections. They are able to make their own appreciation based on how reasonable, how useful, how true, how accurate is the information they are seeing. And many times they will have had that conversation with the mother, with the father. So don't block. Create a relationship with the children that makes them want to watch things with you because they now they trust you. You trust each other so much, the extent that you can watch something and then analyze it together and then agree that this one is not good for you. This one can depress you. This one can mislead you. And misleading means this is a lie, and this is why it is a lie. This is how you establish something that is truthful. This is how you can know that this one is just playing on you. This is the effect it can have on you if you watch it so much. So that is the media literacy we are talking about. Let us endeavor, strive to be more media literate instead of finding a way to block information to get to us or to our children, because in the digital era, that is impossible. Is that let us delve deep into the sea of information with our children, live with them there, and stop being police women and men when it comes to access to content, and instead accept that the reality we are living with at the moment is free flow of information and free access of information. And this information, some of it is good, other information is not, for many reasons, because it's not true, because it's misleading, because it's not accurate, because it's not reliable. And so you, the mother, who has a mature brain, who has more knowledge, stay with your child in that class of learning about media. Don't block, go access and swim with your child in the information sea as you teach her how to navigate to make sure that she is not hurt or she is not negatively impacted by media content. Number two, and again related to that, we need to appreciate that accessing information or seeing what is on the internet is part of the growth that we want our children to. Because all the information is on, most of it is in the internet. The world is on the internet. The knowledge is in the internet.
We buy things on internet.
On internet. So children, their growth will be aided, will be boosted, will be supported when they are allowed to access internet. Their minds will be more thoughtful, more creative, and innovative. Because on the internet, there are lots of good things and there are lots of unwanted things or bad things. And you don't have the ability, the capacity, the time to separate the bad from the good, so that only what is good is what your child. So let us first admit and accept that the internet is not bad. The internet is good. So let us first remove that. So internet is not bad because it has bad things and good things. You don't throw away the baby along with the dirty water. So internet is like a basin that has a baby that was dirty and then washed, bathed, and then at the end the water is dirty, and then you have to throw away the water, but there is also the baby. So the good things are in there, and that's the baby. The bad things are the dirty water. You don't throw away the baby along with the dirty water. So, and the solution is be there for your child and have a positive. Now that's the second takeaway. Have a positive attitude towards information, towards digital gadgets, towards laptops, towards phones, but make sure that before you allow full access to your child of those things, you have had conversations, intentional conversations, created time for media literacy sessions. What guarantees you best results is doing things the right way and trying to tweak things and trying to learn. So children need to be parented more positively.
And also understanding that every child has their own way of...
Absolutely. Some of the children we call unruly. In Kinyarwanda tubita inkubaganyi, mwana ukubagana, child who is unruly, who is stubborn. The positive way and good way of looking at it is that this child is active.
Yes.
Because when you appreciate that a child being active is not a bad thing, then you are going to be there, you are going to restrain where it needs be, you may even reprimand where need be, but we need to maintain a positive mind even when we are punishing our children. We don't punish with anger. And the reason we normally punish with anger is because in our mind is that this child is sinful, for example. This child is bad-mannered.
As if you've been an angel.
As if you've been an angel. We even we are grown. We are 30, we are 35, we are 50. And we can't appreciate that children are children. And we don't even remember that everyone was a child. We only want to do things the way it was done to us. But we forget that the children, now we are more educated than our parents, for example. We need to do things differently. So let us be more positive when it comes to parenting. Because research shows that positivity can give you better results in terms of what you want your child to become tomorrow, the confidence you want the child to have, their head up you want them to have in society, be it in public speaking, be it in knowing things early, because when you allow them to explore, you travel with them, the way I was saying, they know things early. So let us have a positive attitude towards our children, be there with them, allow them to make mistakes. One last thing I wanted to touch is, have you noticed, do you normally notice how parents tend to think their children are so intelligent? They even want to call them geniuses. I've met like so many parents who are surprised, who get surprised that a 6-year-old child or a 9-year knows so much. They do that. You know why? The reason they do that? It is us who are ignorant. It isn't abnormal, unusual that the child is behaving like that or knows this. It is instead us who have a deficit in terms of how much we know, that we think it is unusual, abnormal for a 9-year child to know this.
And we, bring back now this nuclear family conversations. Yes.
Time for family is very important.
Yeah.
Fathers tend to even have less time for family than mothers. But lately, in the recent past, years, even mothers no longer spend that time with children for many reasons. Because they are as working class as men. That's one. Two, the appeal of social media. The fun that is there is on your WhatsApp, is on Facebook, is on X, is on YouTube, the video. That content which we are talking about is always so appealing, and it is irresistible. A young child, right from 1 year, 1.5, 2 years, 3 years, they are not born with the desire to be on social media. Naturally, to be with the parent, the mother, the dad, the sibling. Because she comes from a body that is human. Naturally, God, I think, creates us in a way that we are more comfortable as babies in the company
of others.
Other humans, not other machines.
Yes.
Problem starts when we don't find enough time for them, including when we give them toys to play with, gadgets to occupy them, as we are busy doing other things related to career.
Thank you. We urge you to subscribe, to comment, to share, because by sharing, you're giving information to a wider network. We are speaking to the society out there, and together we grow to become better versions of ourselves.